fabulous people. I've forgotten which. Hello fabulous people, I'm Sadie Will, and today we have a friend. This is the fabulous Emily. She is a beautiful land mermaid and a crafting queen. Honestly, if she had a crafting YouTube channel, you would not watch my stuff anymore, especially as I haven't made a crafting video in like 6 months. She is just the best. She does every craft known to man. And today we're going to be sewing some things. What are we going to be sewing, Emily?
We're going to be attempting to sew a 1940s shirt and a 1950s circle skirt.
In a day. We're gonna try. And why particularly are we sewing these? Something to do with motorbikes?
Yeah, so I am going to Goodwood Revival this year and went and looked around at some places where you can like rent clothes and was like, nothing that I really like that wouldn't need like heavy adaptation. So I was like, I'll make it myself.
So without further ado, let's go. So Emily rang me up at work the other day and was like, hey, are you doing anything this week? Because I kind of want to make a 1940s shirt and a 1950s skirt. And I was like, yes. She was like, yeah, I'm going to need your help because I've never worked from like a sewing pattern before and I don't know what I'm doing. And then she goes and says, oh yeah, can I have these measurements? Because I'm just going to completely adapt the pattern so it actually fits you. And then I'm also going to do it again just for my measurements.
This bit of paper tells me how to do it. So
yeah, miss, I've never worked with a pattern before. It's like, oh yeah, I've just drafted this sleeve and the measurements were really out, so I just changed this and that so that there's a bit more tuck so it goes into the like, I don't think I'm needed here, but I'll very happily snap up the content.
Behind the scenes thing here is the at least an hour of semi-arguing with my mother. Like, she's trying to tell me how it is and I'm trying to tell her and it's yeah, my brain and her brain do not work the same. So she tries to say something and my brain goes, not even saying words. So yeah.
Well, we'll see who's right by the end of today. So, how do we adapt a sleeve pattern?
Your thick point of arm measurement, we're adding 1 inch. So the way you do that is thick point of the arm I've kind of put in as this measurement here. Keep the bottoms together, you split that to the inch and then that would be how your pattern is. And then depending on arm, sleeve opening,
Arm size.
Arm size, depends on whether you add a bit of top in there, which just allows more gathering and more comfort, and then on the actual patterny bit, which is these bits, you might bring it down a bit just so you've got more room to open your arms.
So, measure me, baby.
Probably about
this is as tense as I can go.
Probably 14 at a loose.
Damn it!
Loose hold.
I was really hoping it would be more. I've got to work on those gains.
Yeah, I think that's about right. So if we add 1 inch onto that, can you get that all the way up to where it needs to be?
Pretty much, yeah. Don't get too handsy around there because I'm very sweaty already. Absolute genius going on here. Why don't I have you on for all of my sewing videos? Got the classic pattern weights of a frog holding a flower and stress less cards written by my friend Hannah. What we need to do, right, I've split this up by 1 inch in the middle on the line and I need to put the piece of paper underneath. But when I put the paper underneath, this crap moves all over the place. And Emily's been like, oh no, see, this is where you got to do the genius thing. You tape these 2 bits along this edge so you have a very clear line in between them. You put them underneath and then you measure ½ an inch either side of the line to get the inch in the middle. Like, how genius is that? Look at this. Look, this is the face of genius. This is where we have the beautiful Bernadette Banner-esque music. We ready for this aesthetic taping? Fuck. Okay.
Finger your carpet. Why have I got that in my head? I don't even know where I've got it from. Where have you come from?
Where did you go? Where did you come from? Got that.
Ah, that's even worse.
Oh, why am I so sticky already?
Skid out and beating that man out. No.
You know, whenever I hear that song, part of me just thinks of the dance machine in the bowling alley. You know, the ones where it's got like arrows and you have to like step forward. So whenever I hear either that song, but also my boots scooting baby, like my feet automatically start being like forward, sideways, backwards, 2. Romeo, can't from head to toe, gonna make you mine, gonna get in line, 5, 6, 7, 8. Am I joining up straight or slightly curved?
Curved.
We don't like straight in this house.
Nah, fuck that shit.
So this should probably be part of my moving vlog, which I'm also filming at the moment, rather than this particular video, but as you're here, I bought some stuff for my bathroom yesterday. I bought 2 things. I didn't think there was going to be a theme for my bathroom until I went into Urban Outfitters and saw these things.
And now there is.
And I want you to guess the theme. Close your eyes.
Eyes shut. Am I in the wrong place? Where do I need to be?
Open
Still in
them.
frame? Ah! Gay!
I put them on the couch and the guy was like, and he was just silent, and I was like, I did the whole line of like, oh yeah, I didn't think my bathroom was gonna have a theme until this, and now I realise theme is boobs. And he was like, yeah, I was gonna say something. Like, clearly was very uncomfortable. I can't decide whether to have it in the bathroom to hang like a hand towel or whatever on, or whether to have it in the bedroom to hang like a bag and like whatever. I'm not sure.
By the door. Everyone puts your shit on the boobs.
The problem is, right, I genuinely don't know if this needs to be censored for YouTube, but if I have it there, it might be in the background of a lot of my shots. This video about making a shirt is age restricted. So the sleeve is pretty much patterned then. So Emily's walked me through this whole process. Apparently it's all detailed in the actual pattern instructions. But if you can procure yourself a pocket Emily to help you with the pattern, it may be useful.
I am not pocket size.
It's almost kind of comforting to know that you had to add stuff to the waist measurement too, because I've had this whole thing over the last sort of year or so, like, because obviously I put on like weight in lockdown or whatever, and the main
buddy.
The main focus was around my waistline, because I've never been particularly like small waisted, but lockdown was sort of the biggest I've been, and it was like a huge focus because when you do like all of these kind of sewing things, there's a lot of stuff on YouTube where like
measurements and
you know your measurements really well, but also like all of the of the sewing YouTubers, you hear them talk about their measurements and they're not doing it in like a braggy way, it's just simply to explain the pattern.
Yes.
But it suddenly makes me go, oh my god, everyone has like a 28-inch waist or less. They're like, that's just not me.
I bought this pattern and was like, the sizes are out by, like they say it needs to be 2 inches wider everywhere. That's fair. But I also then looked at the like 34-inch bust. What is it? 28-inch waist. I was like, no.
I think the sewing side of YouTube is in general a positive one, but there is that element, like it has given me a massive complex about the size of my waist, because everyone seems to have that like lovely hourglass figure and these really teeny tiny waists and everything. And I know that like
about the fact that, you know, that's why patterning exists, because not everybody has it.
Yeah.
But everybody that does the videos has it.
Exactly, yeah.
So you're like,
I mean, to be fair, the people that I watch on YouTube aren't hugely diverse in body type.
No.
Like it is mainly sort of slim women, so I could probably expand and diversify my feed, but like in all other aspects I sort of see these people and I'm like, oh yeah, I think I'm pretty sort of similar shape and size to them. And then when you hear the measurements, you're like, because I didn't really have like issues with my body before, and after that I'd look in the mirror and be like, am I seeing lies? Like, do I think I'm a lot skinnier than I actually am? And then you watch, I'd watch videos of me doing silks. You're filming from underneath when you're in silk, so it's not the best angle anyway, like that booty, you know. And I'm wearing like my super baggy, unflattering jogging bottoms and everything. And it's a shame, because obviously when I'm doing silks and when I'm doing this kind of thing, you want the focus to be on, oh, you're doing this really cool thing, not, damn, look at that ass.
Stuff especially is massively just like you're saying, like angles and posing. I've got a video on my Instagram that I absolutely love of me climbing that Jazz took.
Yeah. And
I do like a crouch and then like a spring to get the next hold. And when I crouch and my body is like all compressed, I'm like, I hate it.
Yeah.
And then as I spring up, I'm like, oh, such a nice shape. And then like I grab and I hook my feet up and I'm like, what is my body shape in that? And like you can see like stomach rolls and like my back's all hunched, which to be fair is how I stand. So I look at it and I'm like, I look like that normally because that's how I stand. And then I like stretch up and I'm like, oh, there it is, there's a nice shape that I like and that I thought I looked like in that outfit. But it's all just shaping, it's all just how your body moves.
It's in context.
And if people don't show you like the bad body movement, how do you know that the good body movement isn't always how they look?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people have been doing it nowadays where they go, Instagram versus reality, and they're like, Instagram, reality, and they've got exactly the same roles that everybody has, you just don't ever see it.
Even now I'm like, I'm glancing over to the viewfinder and being like, oh my god, let's sit up and suck in. And
I'm trying not to look because I get awkward when I'm being filmed if I pay attention, but I know that when I watch your video I'll be like, oh god, look at my shoulders, and I'm like, yeah, that's how shoulders are. Yeah. That's how my shoulders are, because I don't have good posture. Yeah. But they allow me to do stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And you do incredible stuff. You do all of your biking stuff, you do your amazing climbing stuff.
That amount of added arm width is like pride to me.
Yeah.
And like I put on a couple of my shirts that I bought. I had a green shirt that was like boyfriend fit. And I fit it properly now. And I was like, shit! I felt on like a good amount of bulk in my shoulders and I was really happy with that. But then when I put my jeans on and they don't go up, I'm like, ah! And it's like...
Yeah. Well, exactly. When you were measuring around here and I was like, go on, bigger, come on, that extra inch. But like, around here, it's not okay. It's weird.
It's odd.
I think it was Karolina Żebrowska. I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name. the brow skirt is how it is, like phonetically.
Than I would have ever made.
But she did a video about how body ideals have changed throughout like the centuries. It's really interesting, and you hear it in context and you're like, oh yeah, wow, that's really cool, and then you still go ahead and you're like, yes, but I'm not the perfect body shape.
You're fully aware that thinking you're not the right body shape is bad, and that everybody's body shape is different, and that's okay, and still your brain goes, yeah, but your body shape's not good, and you're like,
yeah.
I know it is!
Your brain is like screaming, being like, this isn't the good way to think, and the rest of your brain is like, I know, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, you're like, why do I know it's wrong and still do it?
Yeah. Anyway, we haven't got a lot of time today, so we should probably get on to actually making something.
Oh gosh,
as wonderful as this conversation is. So we have options for fabric. Emily is using a bedsheet because she's thrifty and cool. That is going to be see-through. I also have some bedding. I have this linen duvet cover, which eagle-eyed viewers may remember I accidentally turned turquoise in my dungarees to pinafore dress video. But what I could do with this is make it into a blouse and then dye it another colour. I might try this. I might go for the linen and get some nice rose looks, and then I could maybe dye it a sort of a peachy pinky colour. Let's try this. Major brainwave, major brainwave. I'm just unfolding these and going, oh, do you know what? This bedsheet has beautiful buttons on it, and the mother of pearl. I can use the buttons for the shirt. Super upcycling. We're going to help Emily lose her rotary cutter virginity today. There we go. Don't touch the blade, and don't brush the blade across the back of your fingers, because I did that and nearly sliced my fingers off.
Oh gosh.
God, even I'm scared watching you. I'm just worried you're gonna cut your fingers off. Oh, that good sound though. Yeah.
I don't like it.
This is the required positioning for this.
Yeah, this is how you rotary cut stuff.
She's much more precise than me.
I did the thing.
Yay! Well done, babe. Woo, 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 woo.
I'm sweating.
Same. Always. Always. So we honestly haven't gotten much further. It's taken fudging forever to cut things out because we're both really precise. My fabric's really squishy. There's all sorts of markings to transfer, and we're too busy singing along to Disney songs.
Let it go, let it go.
But it's time for lunch because I only have 2 settings of hunger, and it's full or so hungry I'm about to pass out, and I'm at that stage. So we're gonna get some food, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna cut out the rest. I don't think we have too much more to cut out, to be fair. It's just the sleeves and the cuffs, right? Pockets. And the waistband and the pockets.
Collar.
And the collar. So we got quite a lot more to cut out. But all of this will be much easier with food in our stomachs, so let's go. So after being floor trolls for approximately, like, what, 6 hours or something? I don't even know what the time is. We need some physical therapy. So let's do it. You do that, right? And then I just grab you. Right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh my god! God, I felt that. Right, now me. Ready? Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Woo! Oh, I can move again. Wiggly time. So, Emily, why would I start talking with chocolate in my mouth? So Emily is far further along than I am. She's already tacked all the bits that she needs to tack, and she's now on the sewing machine. I've tacked 2 seams. And when I say seams, I mean pleats, because we haven't even gotten round to seaming things. Slow and steady, man. Slow and steady wins the race, right?
I don't know where I've got ahead of you.
Yeah. I don't know either. Yeah, man. I've been too busy singing. I've been really getting into the Disney songs, you know. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you, Emily, because I've been wanting to break back into my crafting for a very long time. I've definitely felt like throughout this whole couple of months where I've been moving and I've been a sad sack basically. I felt like a little piece of my soul is missing, and every so often I go, I haven't made anything in ages. And so when you completely randomly suggested this, honestly I was like, oh my god, this is what I need. So thank you.
Are you gonna make me cry on your YouTube? Thank you for helping me do it and making me do it.
Yeah, I do feel like we kind of, when you're with someone, you're like, okay, I've actually got a job to do here.
I have to do the thing.
Yeah.
They're expecting me to do the thing.
But I feel like for me it's because I know that you have to wear this for something.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it just for nothing, because I imagine I probably might after having made one, but making the first of anything is really difficult.
Yeah.
So having a reason to is great.
Yeah.
Makes you actually do the thing. Yeah, if I didn't have a reason to, I know I would never get around to it because I like that.
But it's alright because we understand this here on this channel, because as many of you suggested in my unhealthy obsessions video, we here are home to potential neurodivergent but not diagnosed things on this channel.
Here we are.
So we're all good with the needing help for motivation. But anywho, it's good to be back crafting. I'm still gonna do the other content. I'm still gonna play video games, and I may even occasionally sing again. So, you know, you haven't gotten away from it completely, but I am at least going to craft some more as well. So hooray. No! Why? It's just not doing anything.
Is it the tension? Is it
gonna be through here?
I'm gonna run away. I take that as a yeah.
Yes, it's meant to be through the eyelet on the side. Look at you! You're so adorable!
I'm gonna probably not be able to like move a massive amount. But it is shut.
And you got little pockets. So adorable.
Pockets.
I'm glad you're doing well in this project, because I've done bugger all. That's my shit.
You tack a lot neater than I do.
Yeah, that's not a good thing though. The point of basting is it's supposed to be fast. Oh baby. There we go. You can do some yoga, okay?
Oh gosh.
To help your back.
That makes the point of how much your muscles are attached, because if you lay flat, it's like, oh, my thigh hurts. You tuck your head in, you're like, ow, my thigh hurts. What?
I think every sewing routine should involve a little yoga.
Sewing is just pretzeling yourself until you can stare at the finest needle point ever.
Yeah.
And yoga is unpretzeling yourself, so like it's very important.
So we've now got some witchery that Emily assures me will make a facing, where this is one of the front panels. So we fold this together, right sides together, and then stitch between this dot and this dot here on the neck, and slit down here, and magically when you turn this out, this turns into half a shirt. So we'll see if it works as well on mine as it did on Emily's. Okay, so...
Magic time.
Hey, camera, hello.
Lay focus.
Oh, that worked. Maybe my camera speaks French. Yay, and that's the placket. That's where the buttons go, man. God. Do you know what? It's almost like the people who wrote this pattern knew what they were doing. What you,
It smells nice.
What you doing, Em?
It smells nice. I don't understand.
You're sniffing old sewing machines? You know, you're probably inhaling like tons of dead skin cells from loads of 1930s people, which, you know, is kind of cool in a way, but also kind of creepy, yeah.
It smells nice. Yeah, it smells like woodwork, which is just the nicest. Like a lathe. Maybe
lathe.
Carving a pen.
Yeah.
That's really specific.
I'm sure there'll be people who understand. My dad will probably watch this and be like, yes.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Minor drama in that the two shoulders on my back panel, which was cut on the fold, so should be identical, are literally about an inch different from each other. I have somehow managed to add like an inch worth of length in the middle between the notches. Emily's trying to fix it because she's a babe. Cut it out of the neckline.
Yeah, because the arms match.
So if I just chop that,
the neck hole up, the arms are out, and make sure you move your notches so you can figure out where your other notches. See, that notch basically matches, but this notch will be quite a way out. Yeah, like a good.
Oh, do you know what? Notches never work for me. I cannot think of a single pattern where I've managed to match every notch. Screw notches. As you said earlier, notches to notches, dust to dust.
Yes.
How's it going, Em?
I've just got to the point of doing the collar and just made sense of the instructions. It's amazing. Right side of the front of the shirt with the right sides of the collar. You take one half and you pin it onto the actual collar so that it's like right down seam allowance to seam allowance. And then those go in. Oh, I've lost it.
No.
Okay. Everything all goes down and it pins all in together and it's sexy.
I tell you what is sexy. That corner on that collar. My goodness, you've poked that out perfectly.
Oh, that one folds in and goes right sides together on there.
Oh, look at that. Oh, beautiful. Look at this point. Look at that point. That is like, that's precision. That's like Great British Sewing Bee levels of point. Can you hear the thunder and the rain? Ooh, lightning! I think this is actually heaven. Sitting here in a room of chaos with cozy lamp lighting on, sewing with a friend while there's a thunderstorm outside and the idea of imminent McDonald's soon. Oh my god, this is literally my channel because this is Cozy Chaos. Cozy Chaos! There's thunder, there's mess everywhere, it's cozy as fuck.
There's an entire sofa that is just waiting.
We've got an entire sofa waiting to be assembled. Oh, my battery's dying. No! That's not cozy. That's too much chaos. Oh man, I want McDonald's so bad right now.
You should go get McDonald's in the car while it's pissing it down raining.
Yes!
Do you need a hand, Sadie?
I was just trying to parkour to the bathroom.
Hey! Door handle said nah.
I don't even know what's going on. Help me. I just need a wee. Hey.
Food was the thing that did us in.
Food killed it. I cannot move now. So we just built a sofa, and by we I mean Emily and I helped. So basically we're knackered. But Emily has done really well today. She's made almost an entire shirt.
No, I've made like half a shirt.
Oh, I've made less than half then, so that's even worse. If we'd had like pre-cut pattern pieces, we would have had that finished. We might even have gotten started on the skirt.
The cut like 4 hours.
A million years, yeah.
Like not even joking.
Yeah.
Like 4 hours.
Well, I don't know if this is a thing with everyone, but I take forever to cut out pattern pieces, and I don't know what it is specifically about them. It just takes me a million years to lay out pattern pieces and get them all lined up properly and cut them out. And I still managed to do it wrong because my back shoulder is completely out.
This is really cushy, so.
It's really comfy, isn't it?
We did a good job.
Yeah, good job.
Ta-da.
Hasn't fallen apart yet. No, why are you so strong? So, this is not the end of the video because I will continue to make it, but would you like to say anything, Emily?
Thanks for having me. Thanks for helping me figure out what the hell I was doing.
I don't think I helped a lot, to be honest. I think you were helping me more than anything, but thank you very much for getting me back to my sewing content. So, cheerio and good night.
Good night. On the words.
Well, now Emily's gone, I'm left to finish this blouse by myself. She's probably already finished hers because she's just an absolute tornado of creativity like that. But I have not, because I got home from work this afternoon and promptly fell asleep for 3 hours. So, what I'm doing right now is, in order to figure out where I want the pockets to go, because the mark on the pattern is a little bit high on me, I'm just pressing the front panel where the facing is so that I can see exactly where it's going to fall here, because the actual piece extends out to about here so that this folds back in here and has its own facing, which is a handy way of doing it because means you don't have to sew on a separate facing. But I just need to figure out exactly where along the line this folds. I've lined it up with the pattern and I've pinned it in place, and I'm just going to press that so that when I try it on and I'm placing pockets on myself, it's definitely all in the right shape. I kind of dig this look. I'm getting like pantomime principal boy vibes. I feel like there should be a lot of thigh slapping going on. Maybe I should make a waistcoat next. This is sweet. Okay, but we're putting pockets on. Done. I say yesterday, I hate notches. They never work for me. They're never in the right place. Look at this, okay? Look at this. This is the back of the neck. There's a notch here and a notch here. Now on the collar piece, the corresponding notches are here and here. How is there that much space. I know I trimmed this a little bit in a funny way in order to get the shoulder seams to match, but like I didn't trim it that much. Okay, so I'm gonna try and explain what I'm doing with this collar. I've sort of started pinning over here so you can see what's going on. Basically, the facing, which is this flappy bit, folds around the seam of the collar. The edge goes into the seam and the facing folds around, and then you tack and then stitch right sides together, the bottom edge of this, or the top edge of this collar to the back, and then the facing to the other side of the collar. And then once you've done that, you turn the facings back around to the inside of the front and the collar will magically be attached. This is the idea and I get the geometry of it, but the execution is another matter entirely. I'm good at pure maths, but applied maths is where I've always struggled. I've tacked it and I've stitched the collar down in this funky manner with the facings here and the back there, and I'm gonna turn it right ways out. Okay, that's looking like a collar, looking like a collar. And then this is the back where I had to pleat it. So I think I just fold that raw edge under to encase this raw edge, and then we will have a proper collar. However, it's midnight and I am working tomorrow, so that may have to wait until tomorrow. I was so sure I was gonna get this done in a day. Okay, but before we go to bed, before I go to bed, I may be single, but I'm not that loose. It's looking like a shirt! Man, why have I never made a shirt before? This is super fun. It's time for my absolute favourite part, adjusting gathers to fit into a waistband. I have to sit on the sofa to base this waistband into place because I tried doing it on my spinny chair and I'm a little hungover and the spinning and the rocking made me feel a little bit so I'm going to try not to fall asleep because I've had this sofa for 4 days and I've already fallen asleep on it 3 times. It's comfy. I actually really kind of dig the sleeveless open Aladdin vest kind of look. I've got the waistband on now, which is looking cute. Yeah, I think I'm definitely, when I've done this at some point, gonna have to make some kind of adventure waistcoat type thing. So now all we have to do is put the sleeves on. Well, and sort the buttons, but I'm gonna cross that bridge when I come to it. Although this is currently what I have to do in order to get the thing off. Because I'm too scared to break it otherwise. Uh-oh, how unfortunate. Uh-oh, how unfortunate. I'm gonna do a sneaky thing. I'll throw a new contender in the ring. Episode 43 in I hate notches, I'm bad at them and they suck. Was I high when I cut these notches? Like, let's do the beauty YouTuber thing. Look at these notches, they're from Sephora. I don't actually know what Sephora is, we don't have it in England. Oh come on, it can't be that hard to focus, surely. So this notch is more or less where it's supposed to be according to the pattern. Now bearing in mind these pieces are the same length, so it's not even like something was wrinkled up underneath, because otherwise there'd be extra length on one of them. This notch is like a good 3/4 of an inch away. Like, what was I on when I was marking these and cutting them? Shit. What? Now some of you may have noticed when I was ranting about whether I was high when I cut these notches out. I was not high, just to clarify. Some of you may have noticed that I was putting these together in the wrong way because I put them wrong sides together rather than right sides together. Or if I didn't do that on video, I then took it apart and folded it up in the wrong way. So I had to unpick this one, but it's the only one I've done it on, so 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Right, next up is stitching the cuff to the cuff facing. One is gonna be right ways out, one is gonna be inside out, and we're just gonna wiggle these together, making sure that we've got the right ends together. Basically, we wanna match roughly where the notches are on either one, because one end is slightly wider than the other, and we want to stitch the wider end together. Okay, so now the next instruction is tack cuff to, I don't know why I'm talking like a game show host. It's time for tack the cuff to the sleeve. Woo! The next instruction is tack the cuff to the sleeve. So this slides on here. Basically, I want to match up the raw edges. So the cuff goes outside the sleeve. I'm going to match up these raw edges and then tack that. Well, pin it and tack it. Tack that on the floor. Tack that. Give me some more. Tack that. Till you get so. Tack that. Oh. So I'm pinning the sleeve into the armhole now that both of them are done. This may be the only set of notches in the entire garment that loosely match up. So by jingo am I gonna show them. Okay, the sleeves are on, the cuffs are rolled up, it's all pressed. And I super love this as like an open jacket just over a vest. Like, I think this is really cool. I don't know, I feel like you could style this in a load of different ways. But it's really cute, I love it. What I've got to do now is put buttonholes in because I realised I said, oh yeah, the only thing I've got left to do is the sleeves. And I totally forgot about buttons. So, I need to put buttonholes in. I'm not going to put the buttons on yet until after I've dyed it because obviously dyeing is a lot of squooshing around and then going in the washing machine. I want to reduce the amount of wear on my button stitching. I'm just kind of, I just want to get it dyed. I just want to see what the colour is. I want to do something a bit more exciting than buttonholes. So I'm gonna give that a go. So I've realised that in order to dye the shirt, I'm gonna need space in my kitchen. And for that, I'm going to need to do the unthinkable and do some washing up. So I'm sitting on the floor and going on my phone in protest. Okay, I love this shirt so much. I think it's my new favourite thing in my wardrobe. Ah, the colour is so cute. I don't actually have that much pink, but it is technically my favourite colour, even though you might think it was forest green because literally everything in my place is forest green. But no, I've always been a pink girl. So yeah, I super love this shirt, especially with this really cute headscarf. I've got a lot of anachronistic things going on here, but I don't know, I feel like the look works. I feel, especially when I have this undone with like a vest top underneath, I feel very much like Pearl from Steven Universe when she like reforms and has like a really cool little jacket that kind of like, it makes me think of this. I think if I was doing a Pearl cosplay, this pattern would probably be the one to use and adapt. I don't think there's anything I'd really change about it, to be honest. I mean, obviously there are things where like the waistband is gonna get a little bit wrinkles, as are the sleeves and that, but I kind of like that look. I sort of like that it's a little bit more casual. You know, I don't think you have to have everything like interfaced and stiff in order to look good, especially with this kind of material, because this sort of linen is supposed to be a bit wrinkly. Like that's his whole thing, that's its whole look. Something about having the original buttons that were on the duvet cover on this shirt just makes me really happy. I don't know what it is. It's just something like clicks together in my mind about it. It just feels really nice. Thank you very much, Emily, for coming over and making me make this. Like, if you hadn't suggested it, I never would have made it, and now I think it's my favourite thing ever, so thanks, Em. I hope you enjoyed meeting Em. She is just fantastic. Thank you so much for watching. Do subscribe if you want to see more of my face doing a miscellaneous collection of things. Like the video if you liked the video, and I will see you next time for more cozy chaos. Bye!